public policy polling decided to do some research into Trump voters in South Carolina. And the findings are incredible. So they report, quote, 44% of Trump's supporters think Islam should be banned in the United States. 40% would shut down mosques, and around 60% said a national database of Muslims should be established. Okay, so let's pause and reflect on this for a second. That's all unconstitutional. Every single one of those things. You can't ban a religion. That would violate the Constitution. You can't shut down houses of worship. That would violate the Constitution. And you can't set up a national database. That would violate the Constitution. And what's hilarious is this is the party that wraps themselves in the Constitution like, oh, not debatable, man. Let me tell you. They'll talk about the Second Amendment. Now, they don't even know the history of the Second Amendment, and they don't even go by the literal text of the Second Amendment, so they're even off in their belief on that. But what they say on that is, oh, not debatable, off the table. That's why it's in the Constitution. Off the table, off the table, off the table. But then when it comes to, protecting the rights of minority groups, Constitution, smonstitution. I loves me some fascism. Let's just shut it down and quiet them. Okay, let me ask everybody a question out there. If this isn't bigoted, what is? What is? Now, I've often said, and I talk about this all the time on the show, I'm against all of the religions. I don't think any of them are true, and I think, honestly, they're a little silly. If you happen to believe that these things actually hold truths about the universe and about reality, no, that's utter nonsense. But I'm against the ideologies, the religious ideologies. So because I'm against Christianity doesn't mean I'm against all Christians. Of course, I believe in your right to practice Christianity as long as you're not taking away the rights of others. Same thing. I'm against Islam. I don't believe in Islam, but I'm not against all Muslims. I believe in the right of Muslims to practice their religion as long as they're not taking away the rights of other people. These guys say, no nuance. Christians good. Christianity good. They want to shove Christianity down our throats via the government. But Islam, we're not even going to allow you to practice it if you're not taking away other people's rights. You're just not allowed to be Muslim and be in the U.S. We want to shut down mosques. We want to have a database for you. So don't tell me this isn't generalizing. This is the definition of generalizing. When you say 60% of them say, a big majority say, have a national database of Muslims. What you're saying is, guilty enough. Guilty enough. You're Muslim. That's enough for you to be, ISIS-like. So that's it. It's over. Shut down all your mosques, houses of worship. So do me a favor. All the people on the right who would pretend to love the Constitution, shut the fuck up. Or read the goddamn thing and understand that people have rights in this country. All right, so that's the first part. Then they say, quote, 16% of Mr. Trump supporters believed white people were a superior race. This was more than any of the other candidates' supporters. No, you don't say. Now, Trump had retweeted neo-Nazis at least 2 times. And how much coverage did this get in the mainstream media? Hardly any at all. You think maybe the mainstream media should call out shit like that and say, whoa, what's going on here, man? You're way outside of the bounds of respectability for an election cycle here. What are you doing? You're fucking retweeting neo-Nazis? That's not just a whoops. That's not just a, my bad. So I retweeted a graphic that's factually inaccurate that says black people do an absurd percentage of the murders. That wasn't true. We fact-checked it, okay? Whatever, just get over it. No, this is dangerous now. This is dangerous. Guys, 16%. More, basically what that means is about 2 out of 10, either 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10, thereabouts, of Trump supporters you talk to would say, yeah, white people are superior. Man, that's unbelievable. Now, I still, believe it or not, I haven't even gotten to the craziest part. Here we go. A full 70% of his supporters feel the Confederate flag should still be flying over the state capitol building in Columbia. It was lowered last July after a huge protest by those who said it was a symbol of racism. and 38% wished the South had won the Civil War. 38%, basically 4 out of 10 Trump supporters, would tell you the South should have won the Civil War. 4 out of 10 Trump supporters were like, perhaps slavery should have stayed around longer. Okay. The inescapable conclusion from this is 38% of Trump supporters are un-American. 38% of Trump supporters are un-American. If you think the South should have won the Civil War, the Confederacy should have won the Civil War, you are quite literally in favor of America breaking up, having 2 separate countries, the North and the South, the Confederate States of America, and you would be on the side of the Confederate States, not the United States, the North. So you're un-American. And what's always hilarious is that these are the guys who pretend to be the most patriotic and who wrap themselves in the flag and say, oh yeah, America's great, America's perfect. You know, there's liberals who always blame America first. They're anti-American, man. 38% of you just said you would break up America and you want the South to have won. Unbelievable, man. I mean, call it what it is. These are racist. These are bigots. These are intolerant people. And, everything we've been saying about them from day one is accurate. They don't care about contradictions. That's part of Trump's appeal. He contradicts himself all the time on policy. They don't give a shit. They're not about logic. They're not about reason. They just latch on to the authoritarian personality, the over-the-top confidence that's arrogance. They go, oh, I like that. He's going to stand up to everybody and he's going to be on my side, except he's not going to be on your side. There's authoritarianism 101. This guy's a narcissist. He's a buffoon. The idea that he actually has high-minded policy solutions that'll make your life better. No. I mean, even on shit like wages, he said we need to keep low wages in this country. And you think that guy's on your side when probably the overwhelming majority of his supporters are either middle class or poor? Come on, man. Come on. I need you to not be stupid, okay? But that's a lot to ask for people who have these percentages when the pollsters ask them very weird and telling questions.